helium that was blown away by solar winds and lack of gravity, to the formation of our second atmosphere, which formed through outgassing, releasing gases from within the Earth, and that slowly changed as life formed and used up the gas carbon dioxide to produce oxygen. And then that oxygen that they produced turned into our ozone layer to protect us from the sun's rays. And the last bit, for only about 60% of our history has oxygen been on Earth. That's it. That's all it's been here for. And when you got that down, you are done with notes today. We'll go on to what you got to do. So leave your notebook out, but like I said, you are done with notes. We're going to get to the thing you got to do now. I'm turning the lights on. Oh, I'm looking forward to posting that video for you guys. All of my 3,018 followers will really appreciate your video. Huh? 3,018, yeah. So we'll get some views for sure. You guys will be stars before you know it.
What's your YouTube channel?
I'm not telling you. I'll post it for you. I'll post it on the Google Classroom site. All right, so we just took notes on page 6. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to flip your interactive notebook to page 5 for me, which is the page that comes right before page 6, the blank page right before page 6. There you go. And we're going to be on that page. That's where what we're about to talk about is going to happen, all right? Okay. So what we're putting there, I've already drawn up here for you, but what we're putting there on page number 5 is this. We're going to make a graphic organizer that kind of lays out all the information we've got of the atmosphere we went over. This is something you guys are welcome to take a picture of. I'm also intentionally walking by it on the video so that if you want to watch it on the video, it's there on the video. It's right there for you on the video just in case you need to see it. But I'll explain this to you and then you guys will get to work on it, okay? Yes, sir.
Where do we go?
Google Classroom website. It'll be linked right there. Do you know how to get to the Google Classroom website? My Classroom?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so here's what you're going to do. And we can do this together right now if you want to set this thing up. This is supposed to represent your whole piece of paper, right? So make your sizes about accordingly as to this. But in the very center of yours, you want the word atmosphere. And however you do it, it's got to be decorative. So we're talking like colors or neat, interesting writing or whatever here. But you want the word atmosphere in the center of this, in the center of your graphic organizer. And right now, if you just need to pencil it in lightly because you're going to put something over it later, that's fine too. But we want atmosphere in the center of it. Good to go? All right. What we're working on next, we'll start at like the 2 o'clock position and then work our way around clockwise. So what we're talking about here, and this you'll have to bring in a little bit from what we did before with like accretion and how stuff stuck. But you're going to put a little line that connects it, and then a bubble, like a big bubble where you can write a couple sentences inside of it. And in these sentences, you want to explain the formation of our atmosphere, like talk about accretion in there, talk about what gases were attracted to it, things like that, the gases that were there. So in this bubble, I'm talking like 2 to 3 sentences. So I'm going to write 2 to 3 right there to give you an idea of what I want within that bubble. Yes. If you write 4, that's fine, but no less than 2, please. Yes, sir. You do, yeah, it's yours. You make it however you want to make it. So lower right-hand side, so we were at like the 2 o'clock position. Now we're at like the 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock position. You just need a bulleted list that we went over the purpose of our atmosphere, like the things it does for us that are critical, right? We talked about that list early on, protection from the sun. We've got keeps us warm. We've got has oxygen inside of it. We talked about all the things it does. We want the purpose of it here. So that can just be a bulleted list, like a bullet. Here's one thing. Here's another thing. Here's another thing. Good to go? Okay. Making our way around to this side, we're at like 7 or 8 o'clock over here. On this part of it, again, you're going to put a big like thing. And inside of that, I want, again, 2 or 3 sentences that describe, that tell me the composition of our different atmospheres, like what gases are in them. And yes, I know that means you're going to have to look up the gases that are in this one, right? Because we talked about the gases that were in the first one, and we only talked about 2 gases that are in our current one. So give me the top 3 gases in each atmosphere. So 3. So, and really we've got our first atmosphere, which was made of those really light gases. Our second atmosphere, that was from outgassing, which turned into our third atmosphere when photosynthesizers got here. So I'm looking for top 3 gases, top 3 gases, top 3 gases, right?